Yo guys, in this video we'll UV unwrap and texture this Converse sneaker. Check out the first part if you wanna see the modeling process, and yeah, let's get into this. Okay guys, so here we are in Blender, where we left off, got our shoe model here. And now let's get to the UV unwrapping process. Okay, so first things first, we have to apply all the modifiers and all the changes to our shoe. But before that, let's check if we have any references. Yes, we do. Let's hide them, because we don't really want to have anything other than our model. Okay, top view, side view. Yeah, we have no references, just our model. Let's select everything by hitting A. Let's now hit F3, type in mesh, and click it. So what this has done is applied all the modifiers and all the changes to our model. So now, if we check, we have it all as just solid geometry, no modifiers, just as we want. Now let's select everything again, and now we want to apply all transforms. Let's hit Ctrl A, all transforms, right click, set origin to geometry. And the last thing before starting the UV unwrapping is we need to check the face orientation. Now in my case it's all good, it's all blue, which means all the faces are facing the correct way. But in your case, like for example, if you have something like this, hold on, something like this, then what you need to do is select this mesh, go into the edit mode, select everything by hitting A and hit Shift N. This will recalculate the normals and it will become how it needs to be. Okay, now let's get to the UV unwrapping. Let's start with our base mesh, this part right here. I hit slash to separate the view on only this object. It's really helpful in such scenarios. Let's start UV unwrapping it. Let's also get rid of those mean crease lines. Let's just select everything, go into the item, and here on mean crease we'll just turn it down to 0, so it's all good. Now let's start making seams, so it's all UV unwrapped properly. First of all, we need a seam right here, going through here. So let's hold Alt and select this edge loop going through all of this space. Let's also select the part right over here, again by hitting Alt. And also we need to have another 2 loop cuts right here, going from here to here, maybe even a bit more below, just below our sole. And let's also, by holding Alt, select this whole edge loop right by the sole, so we have it as a separate UV mesh, and also create an edge for the seam here. Okay. Oh, and also here, this wouldn't hurt. The more seams you have, the better. But you have to keep in mind that they need to be in the invisible places, so you don't have any unnecessary UV stretching. Okay, so we got it all. Let's select, maybe even add one right here. This wouldn't hurt either. Just here, going all the way. Oh, gonna be difficult to select it, but here we got it. Okay, that's it. Let's hit U, mark seam, and hit A to select everything, U, unwrap. And here we got it. it looks great. I don't see any really visible stretches, so we should be good on that mesh. Let's hit slash to view all the models, hit H to hide it, and get on to the next one. Let's UV unwrap this. Actually, this model's kinda messed up. We do not want this, this bottom part of it. I don't know how I have not noticed that, but let's change it right now. Shouldn't be that big of an issue. Just hit C to select the circle select this bottom part. Maybe hit Control plus to select a bit more. That's too much. Control minus. Yeah, and let's just hit X faces. Okay, now I got rid of this. We don't want it. And I actually don't think that we need any seams on this mesh. We can just select it all by hitting A in the edit view, U, unwrap, and yes, it's pretty good. So why does it work is because this mesh is not filled, and it is basically just a plane which is a bit curved. So we don't need any more seams here. Okay, we got this. We got the mesh so far. This part we also don't need any seams because there is no fill there. If it was, for example, like this, then we would need to create a seam like right here to have two UV meshes. But in this case, we don't need it, so let's just hit A, UV, unwrap. And yeah, this is basically the process for like every mesh, or more like most of the meshes on our shoe. Same here with this part. Yeah, it's really not difficult to UV unwrap shoes. This one here, let's again increase to 0, so we don't have any issues in the future. This mesh is filled, so let's create a seam like right here in the middle, mark seam, A, U, unwrap. Okay, great. So yeah, as I was saying, UV unwrapping shoes is really easy. You should not have any major issues. No seams here too, okay, just UV unwrap it. On the tongue, I will make a seam, but make it a bit, not like exactly in the center, but a bit like this. Okay, yeah, U, unwrap, A, U, unwrap. Okay, and here we actually, it actually did not work. Why? Oh, we forgot to hit U, mark seam. Yeah, that's why. U, unwrap, okay. This mesh by the belt loops. Let's select this edge loop here, U, mark seam, U, unwrap. Okay. This is the exact same one, so it'll follow the same instructions. Create the seam here. This cross, it's also not filled in the back, so I'm pretty sure we can just hit U unwrap. And here I am actually not sure if this will work or not. And in those cases where you don't know, we can always check. Let me show you how. Hold on, let me hide this window here. Didn't really mean to. Let's create a new window here. Change it to shader view. Add a new material and check and call it checker. Let's hit Shift A, search, checker. Plug it into the base color. Hit Control T. I'm pretty sure that you have to activate some kind of add-on for Control T to work. Yeah, no, not screencast keys. I don't know, just search it up on Google. It should tell you what you should have. And here we should just plug UV into vector. and let's just scale it up and see how it looks. And it actually looks nice. We have not much stretching, if any, so yeah, this works. Let's delete the material from this mesh, so we don't run into any issues. We can do the same UV unwrapping process for this mesh, just unwrap. Let's hide them here. Here I would make a loop like right here in the bottom. Yeah, Roxanne, wrap. It's actually not the best method, but with such a small object, it works. These two pins here. Yeah, we need. Let's actually get a loop cut going here, or more of a seam going here and here. And now make a seam in the top and here in the top. Mark seam, unwrap. Okay, yes, it's good. Same exact process for this one. Let's make the seams in the top and in this case here in the bottom, so we don't see those seams from our regular view. Okay, great. As you can see, it's all like really fast. It really does not take much time. It's really not that difficult. You should have no problems just following through here. But now let's work on this belt loop. So I'll just make two seams, one here. Let's actually select them all, so we just work on them. And let me check. We just have this one seam going at the bottom. Let's try it with the checker. It works, but yeah, I don't think we wanna really do that, so let's hit Ctrl Z. Let's hit Ctrl Z until we have it all deselected. Let's actually make a seam here and here. Let's do so for all of those. All our belt loops, or more like a belt buckles. Mark seam, unwrap, and okay. Got 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they're all UV unwrapped properly. Let's select all our, I don't even know what to call those, like small Chrome Hearts cross parts, I don't know. Now here I think we can make just one seam here. Unwrap. Let's check it with the checker. Nah, this won't work. Okay, then let's make. How should we do it? I think we can make one here, and let's check it. Yeah, it works. We will not really see this bottom part right here, so it doesn't really matter. This is good. Let's select them all. And this is now a pretty tedious process, but with some patience we can get through it pretty fast. There's always some manual work when it comes to UV unwrapping. Let's select those here. And we always gotta, in this case, we gotta make sure that they all meet here in this middle vertical. It's really important, because if they don't, it will not look good. Maxim, unwrap, perfect. They all, yep. Let's select with a checker all of them. Yeah, looks awesome. Okay, hold up, let's select them all and just hide them, so we don't have any issues. Let's select all the actual belt plates, I guess. We don't need any seams here, just unwrap. Now, as for this blade, I think we can just get one seam going through the entire middle part, in actually both of those meshes. Oh, here we need to... Okay, wait, why is my view always clipping? Let's decrease it even more so we can zoom into our objects. We should need to make some changes to the geometry here. Like this. Right now I'm using the knife tool to cut those additional edge loops. Okay, this is a pretty messed up mesh here. Okay, and now our blender's tweaking. I don't know why. This is probably because our clip start is way too low. So okay, we'll just have to work with it. And now, oh man, this is hard. Okay, I think we have selected everything. We can hit U, mark sim, A, U unwrap. Yeah, it was good. Let's again check it with the checker texture. Yeah, looks good. Got the blade here. Now the zipper. How should we unwrap it? Let's make two seams here, one seam at the bottom. Probably around here, around this circular part. And oh man, this is gonna be hard. We have to load the clip start because this is just way too bad. Okay, and go like this, and at the bottom the same exact process. U mark seam, A, U unwrap. Yeah, looks good. Again, checker. Yep, nice. Let's hide the zipper. Now for the belts. Should not be hard either. Let me select them all again so we can make them all at the same time. The middle loops. Let me check. Yeah, it's going through the entire mesh, just what we want. And now another tedious part is to select each loop in each one of these holes. This is probably the most not interesting part of this entire process. To get into every crevice here, into every hole. Hold Alt and select each one of those little edge loops. Okay, we're on the last belt here. And that's it. U, mark seam, A, U, unwrap. Great, awesome. Again, checker. Great. These little pins, we again don't need any seams for those. Just A, U, unwrap. I have actually forgot to make those parts in my modeling video, but they're pretty easy, so hopefully you can figure it out on your own. It's just a cube with a subdivision, and the UV unwrapping here is easy. Just select all the bottom parts of them. Oh, yeah, we forgot to mark seam. Perfect. Okay, we're done with the body of our shoe. Now for the sole. Now the sole is one of the easiest, but at the same time one of the most important ones in the context of knowing what you have to do. So let's start off by selecting these two edge loops. Selecting an edge loop going from these bows in the back and in the front. U, mark seam, wrap, like this. And actually it looks really good. I thought we'll have to use UV squares to straighten these two parts out, but I don't think we should do it in this case. Yeah, I think we're good. And we also let's also make a seam right here for this black strip, so we can just easily paint it as like a separate UV island. Yep, like this. Mark seam. And now U. A, U, wrap. Great. Here's here and here is this little seam. The two soles. Okay, and we have two objects left. This one is just no seams needed. A, U, unwrap. And this one we need to add a seam in the middle here. No, mark seam, A, U, unwrap. Okay, let's hit Alt H to unhide all our objects. And here we got it. We have UV unwrapped everything. Now I usually make two separate texture sets for my shoes. Why I do it? Basically for better quality, and with, you know, how different shaped those parts are, it's really hard to fit them all into one UV map and at the same time get a great quality. So in this tutorial I'll also show y'all how to make two separate texture sets. Okay, so let's think what we want in our first texture. Our first texture, I want it to be mostly leather, so let's select our base mesh. These two parts, maybe our protection plate too, or tan, the back zipper, this back patch, this Converse patch, these two patches right here, and yeah, I'd say that that's it for the first one. So let's hit new, let's call it Converse body 1. now let's with our mesh selected that has this material, let's hit F3 and type in link materials. We'll just type it, and now as we can see, each one of those objects has the same material. Now let me just select them all by material and hide them. Okay, so all of those will be basically in our second. Okay, I think that we also want this cross and this zipper in our first material too. Materials, okay, yeah. Let's go like this. Now all of those will be in the second texture set. So let's hit A to select them all. Hit New, name it Converse Body 2. Again F3, link materials. Now they all have the same Converse Body 2 material. And yeah, that's it for the texture sets. Now let's pack our UVs. So with all our Converse Body 2 meshes present, let's hit A, go into the edit mode, hit A to select everything. Maybe before that, let's again apply scale to everything using Ctrl A. And here we are. Now, of course, this is a complete mess. So first things first, what we should do is hit UV, average island scale. Now, what this does is basically scales each one of our UVs to the scale of our 3D object. But now we don't want the highest quality texture for all of our texture islands or UV islands. For example, this inside part of our soul will not be visible at all. So let's just hit L to select this UV island, hit A here, and just scale it down to like somewhere like this. So it's still present, but not that visible. Also, this part will probably not be that big and not that visible. So let's just scale it down too. What else? Maybe these parts of the inside of our belt. Let's just scale them down too, just a little bit, so they're still present but not that visible. And yeah, I think and of course these patches, their back parts will not be visible at all, so also scale them really down, but not completely, somewhere like this. Okay, so now that we got it all, let's hit A again. Let's hit A here, so we have everything selected. UV, back islands, okay. Let's just see what it gives us. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'd say that we don't even need to really mess around with anything here. I'm more than satisfied with how it looks. Great. Let's hit Alt H. Now let's select all of our body 1 meshes. F3 by material. Hold up. Let's just type material. And here select linked material. So we select all the objects that have this exact material. Let's hit Ctrl A to select all the other ones and hide them. Okay, so now we are only working with our body 1. Let's go into our edit mode. A, again before that Ctrl A scale, just in case. Hit A, hit U, no, hit A here, average island scale. It did the exact same thing, but as the last time, we don't need the same quality for each of our texture sets. or UV ants. So let's select this inside sole part here, and we will not really see it, so let's small it down. These inside parts we will see, but again not that much, so let's just scale it down just a little bit, like this. This inside part of our tongue, let's scale it down a bit too. What else? Oh, these inside parts of our like belt holders, scale them down too, like this. Oh, and this bottom part of our base mesh will also not be visible at all, so let's really scale it down. Let's again select A. Yeah, hit A, UV, back islands, okay. And again, it's great. We don't even need to really tweak anything here. Yeah, maybe just one thing we could, or not. It's all good. It won't really make that much difference. So yeah, we are basically done with our UV unwrapping process. Now we're ready to go into Substance Painter. So let's check again. Here we got our two texture sets. Got Converse Body 2, Converse Body 1. Okay, let's now export it as an FBX and go into Substance Painter. Let's hit A to select our whole shoe. File, Export, FBX. Let me save it right here. Now, as for the settings here in our export window, let's select Mesh, selected objects. On this transform button, up, Z up, forward, Y forward. Apply transforms, and let's deselect bake animations because we don't have any. And that's it. Let's export it. Okay, so here we are in Substance Painter. Got our model looking great here. And first of all, before doing anything, let me show y'all some textures I got. So we got this Chrome Hearts logo for these pin buttons. Got this Converse page, which is used here. Got this Chrome Hearts blade, which is on the zipper. And some wrinkle textures. Now y'all can screenshot all those textures if you want to follow along with my process. Here I'll give y'all some time. Here, this blade here, and all the wrinkles. Okay, now that we're ready to go, let's go into the Substance Painter. And first of all, before doing anything, we need to bake our mesh maps to start texturing. Let's go into texture set settings here, bake mesh maps. I usually go with 4K resolution, so super sampling 4x, and use low poly mesh as high poly. That's about it. Bake selected textures. Now let's wait a bit till they bake. Okay, and now we have this shoe with all the maps and no excuses to stop now. So let's start with our leather texture. Let me search in leather in this asset bar, and let's use some Substance Painter preset texture. Okay, what do we got here? This one, oh, and this one looks actually the best, I think, out of everyone here, so let's just use this. It's called Leather Sofa. Let's rename it to just Leather. And start messing with it. Now, here we got the base color. Okay, let's just check what is all of this. This is our color. This is the basic bump texture. Okay, so first of all, we don't want that much bump, and we want it to be a bit smaller, so let's make it smaller here. Again, always following the reference image, about like this. Now, to make the bump less visible, let's add black mask and add fill. So now we can control how much bump we have with the slider. We want to have it somewhere like this, I'd say. Yeah, this looks pretty good, pretty accurate. Now our leather color is black, so let's make it darker, like this. And looks just awesome. Worn edges, they don't really make that much difference, so we can keep them. And now let's actually apply our leather to only the objects that need this leather material. It would be the space mesh, this patch in the back here, these two patches, our belt holder, and yeah, for this first texture set list, I think that's it. Wait, what? What texture does the tongue use? Not sure. Oh, it's also leather. Okay. Seems. Oh no, we didn't need to make a new separate one. Just add it here. Okay, that's great. Let's maybe make the leather even smaller, because I don't think it's still. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, looks fire. Now let's start adding all the dirt stuff. Now, of course, this is a pretty worn out shoe, so it'll have some color difference and some roughness difference. So first, let's make a new layer. Let's give it like this cream color and like 0.7 roughness. Let's create a black mask, go into our smart mask section in the assets, and add, let's see, which one should we add? Let's try this one, dirt soft. Nah, it's not what I'm looking for. Dirt spots, you could use it for some other one. Dirt splashes, not really. Crumpies, nah, just dirt, not really. Oh, this looks great, just about what we need. Let's now mess with the texture a bit, maybe push our global balance a bit more, decrease our contrast, and now decrease our opacity, and also decrease the roughness, because it's just way too much now. This we have just a spot here, okay. Now let's add some dirt. Basically all we're doing right now is just adding a bunch of different layers, like grunge, dirt, to basically make our shoe look older. Let's actually use this, what's called ground dirt, so we only have this texture visible at the lower parts of our shoe. Yeah, looks great. Let's maybe decrease it a bit. Yeah, like this, so it's not really that visible. Also, this first part was kind of weird, so let's maybe give it some blur to its mask, so it's not that contrasted with the rest of the shoe. Now, another big part of the shoe is wrinkles. So, yeah, let's actually make them from scratch. Let's create a new layer. Hold on, let me save the project. real quick. Increase the height. Right click, black mask, fill. Let's search for wrinkle. No, fold. Yeah, fold. Got this folds texture here and give it like this. Oh yeah. And look at that. This looks just insane. Just what we need. Let's give it a little blur so it's not that sharp. And like this. Let's set our height to like 0.45. Yeah, this definitely adds a lot. Let's get some other dirt spots to make it look even older. Dirt dusty. We can add some dust actually. Just like this for some color variation. Yeah. Looks good, looks old, looks grungy, looks dusty. Just what we are looking for. Another one. Like this again. We don't need some edges dirt. And the best one for this is dust occlusion. Dirt level. Okay, like that. Maybe increase the contrast a bit. And lower the opacity. So it's just slightly visible, not too much. We don't want to overdo it. Okay, another good tool. Let's type in fabric. Let's select this this fabric flannel here. Let's add it into our scene. And from this smart material we want the discoloration and the clumps. Ctrl C, delete this fabric, Ctrl V. Okay, the discoloration, what it does is basically discolors our mesh from the top, like this. Kind of gives us this nice effect. And those clumps, they just look cool. We can make them white, decrease the height so they're not that standoutish. Mess a bit with this here so they kind of look like snowflakes. Okay, and decrease our opacity. Yeah, definitely add something. Not a lot, of course, but still. Okay, I think it actually looks really good for... Nah, we need something more. We need more wrinkles. Let's now decrease our height. Add a black mask, add a fill. And let's search for crystal. This crystal 2. Let's rotate it somewhere like this. Scale it. Yeah, this looks awesome. Change our balance a bit. Add a blur filter. Yeah, this adds even more to the wrinkles. And maybe decrease our height a bit. We don't want it to be that much. Okay, looks good. Now, let's get into creating the stitches and those like little bumps here for the stitches. Now, how can we do it? There are quite a few ways, but I found the most convenient one to be with a border generator. Let's select our color. Oh, maybe not. Let's just select our height. Let's lower its level. Add black mask, add generator, and add this UV border. Okay, we don't see that much now, but let's mess with it a bit. Let's increase the contrast, decrease the balance, and increase our smoothness just a bit. Again, increase our balance, increase smoothness even more, again balance, and here we are. Here it is, just completely great looking effect. Of course, it's not perfect. It would probably be a bit better if we've done it by hand, but this process is just so much faster compared to doing by hand that I think it's worth it. Let's increase our height a bit more so it's not that crazy. And yeah, here we got it. Now, unfortunately, I don't think there is, or at least I still haven't found the way to make the stitches procedural, so we'll have to do some manual labor on that. Let's create a new fill layer, increase the height, the roughness, change the color to black. Right click, add a black mask. Let's go into our brushes, type stitch, select our stitch, select what's it called, the curve tool. Let's lower the size of our brush like 1.2. Go into the settings, increase the spacing a bit. Wait, we got something. Oh yeah, forgot to select it. Spacing like 62. Nah, 62 is too low. Like 80. Brush like 1.5. Nah. Brush like 2. Spacing like 90. Yeah, this looks good now. Let's just quickly make our stitches. It is actually not that difficult of a process when you get a hang of it. Just, you know, placing curves on your 3D mesh. Should not be that difficult. Let's add one here on the opposite side. Okay, like that, like this. We actually should have started from the top, so we don't have to create a new curve, but it's no biggie. Okay, perfect. Here we got the stitches. Then we need some stitches here on this bottom piece, just like that. Here we don't need it at the exact top part, or like bottom part. My bad. Yep, like that. You can always, you know, refine it a bit with the actual brush, also with your eraser tool. Just, you know, just refine it a bit like this. Can't hurt. Let's actually hide our Converse body too, so we can add the stitches here with no issues. And just go start going all around like this. As I've already said, not that difficult. Just gotta, you know, start doing it. Yeah, some parts kinda, you know, messes up a bit. Just gotta continue this curve all through our mesh here, so the stitches connect like this. Again, refine it a bit. Okay, got this one. Let's move on to the opposite side. Don't forget to save your project. Go all around our mesh, just like that. Looks a bit funky here. Okay, great. Oh, we need some stitches on the tongue too. Let's add them real quick. Okay, the tongue is done. What else? Maybe some stitches here. Stitches are such objects that you can add them. You can add them basically anywhere, and they'll look good. So you can never go wrong with too much stitches. And right now that's gonna be the proof, like this, and look, it looks awesome. Okay, yeah, I think that's all the stitches for our base mesh here. Let's go, save the project. Now let's make this this white plate. It is actually not so white in the image, and I don't really know which color I want to make it, like exactly white, like clean, or a bit dirty. I don't know, I kind of feel that this looks a bit cooler, so let's go with the dirty one. Let's search for plastic. Plastic dusty. Should be good. Yeah, just... Oh, I love those smart materials, man. It's like they give you everything you want, just one drag. And look at this. We even got this like little dirty part here. This looks awesome. Yeah, this looks insane. Now for the metal. I honestly don't know what kind of metal this is. It's like a bit... Let me see. It's a bit orange in color, or like yellow. So we probably should make it the same color. But we'll see. Okay, so it's definitely lighter. Steel base. Let's add a fill layer on top of our steel base layer. Only set it to color and change the color to something light and a bit orangey. Yeah, this looks good. It's also got dust on it. I think the dust looks good. The only thing it got though that isn't present on this material is those dark, crunched out crevices. That's exactly what we need. Let's make it like this dark brown color. Cavities. Going to smart masks, dust occlusion. And look at, oh man, look at that. Like this is insane. This is exactly what we want. Just get all those crevices in. And now, let's set our opacity to like 0.8. And just, oh man, just look at this. It looks perfect. It looks beautiful. Now, for all the details on this blade, I will actually use an image. Let's drag and drop it into our assets, texture, our project, add a layer, deselect everything except for color, plug it into base color. For image properties here, UV wrap to none, so it doesn't repeat. Let's now find our blade on the UV map. Okay, here it is. Now we gotta align this image with the dagger on our UV, which is probably gonna be the hardest part, but we gotta get it right. Let's scale that a bit more. Oh, maybe not that much. Rotate it a bit. Okay, this looks good. This should be more than enough. For our texture here. It's kind of whatever. It's not gonna be visible, so who cares? That's not really the best mindset to have, but that's what we gotta do. Now this part here is... oh man, it is bad. So let's do it just like this. We can't really get it perfect. We just need at least some detail here. Yeah, it's alright. Huh. Okay, yeah, that's good. Our zipper is good too. Now let's work on the patch, or wait. Let's give our pins the same material. Oh, they're not in this texture set, my bad. Let's now add our patch. Here I got it in the folder. Texture, project, import. Create a new layer. Select everything except for color. Get it in here. UV wrap to none so it doesn't repeat. Scale it up a bit so it's an actual circle. And rotate it so it's nice and placed. Evenly rotated stuff, okay. Scale it a bit down. scale it even less. Oh, and okay, it looks good. It's also probably not the exact same page, but this is the best I could find. And also, if we look at our reference image here, it's a bit brighter. So let's add filter, hue, no, just type H, HSL. Let's bring our saturation up to like 0.6. Let's add a filter and type on contrast. Here, contrast, and make it like 0.2. No, that's way too much. 0.12. Yeah, this is nice. Our roughness should be like this. And let's actually add a black mask and put it on the subject. And let's actually add the one for height. Let's plug this setup into our height here. Yeah, like this. Looks great. Let's just put it into a folder. Add in a black mask and add in a field so we can control this height. Somewhere like so. Maybe a bit less. Like this here. Looks good. Okay, I think we're basically done with the first texture list. Wait, where is... Oh damn. We created a black texture for our for our steel. That was not the best idea. Okay. Now, as I think, yeah, about this zipper part is also a part of this texture list. So let's make it. Now, as we can see, it is actually not made out of leather, but more of like more of a fabric. So let's type in fabric. I think in this case this fabric would work great, like this. For now it might seem like, what the hell is this? It looks nothing like it. But wait a minute. Let's make it black. The other one, let's make it completely black. This one also a bit blacker, a bit darker. Let's scale this whole fabric part down, add a black mask, and apply it to our part here. And as you can see, it's not exactly the same, but it is not bad. It is not that bad. Let's maybe make it completely black. And this part make it almost completely black. Or nah. Like so, yeah, this looks good. And now we should add the actual zipper. How to do that is add a new layer. Roughness to like 0.3, color to a pretty light one, but a bit orange. Add metal to like 0.92 and add a bit of height. Add a black mask. Go into our brush, zipper. And here it is. It is not the exact same zipper, but I think it's even cooler, if I'm being honest. Let's make it like 14. Talking about the size of it. And let's find it here. Yep, exactly this. And let's just let's just add it in. By using shift, by holding shift, we can make it straight like this. Let's make it go like right through the middle so it looks nice. That looks good. Let's create a new folder called zipper and only apply these textures onto this mesh part. Okay. So far everything has been nice. Pretty easy. Now let's go onto our second texture list. First of all, let's save the project, of course, and give it like 10 seconds. And now onto our second texture list, we'll actually import the materials from this one. So it'll be this plastic dusty, plastic, leather, steel, and that's it. Go into here, paste them in with Ctrl V, add black materials or black masks to all of them, and let's start with our leather. Now I'm pretty sure that on this texture list the only parts with leather are the belts, so let's start with them here, and look at this. We already got those perfect creases, everything looks awesome. The side is nice, just how I want it. And now we actually don't want to have these like height creases right by these holes, so let's fix that. Where is our... Here, I think it's this one. Stitches. Don't have any. Let's actually call it stitches. Call this stitch bumps. Let's add our stitch bumps into a new folder. Add a white mask to that folder. And just use... Hold on, let's select our brush. Let's remove the zipper from the grayscale. And start removing the bump from these holes. Shouldn't take too long. We can just brush through them. Okay, good. Now let's make the stitches, which should also be pretty easy. Type in stitch, go into the curve, 1.8 I'm sure it was. Spacing is like 90, right? Yeah, maybe a bit more spacing, like 92. And here we got it. Okay, so here are the stitches on our belts. Finally done with them. Oh, and we also forgot to add our leather. Oh, no. Forgot to add the leather on those small patches down here. Now, they also supposed to have stitches, but I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they look bad without them, like, that's the thing. So we can keep them like that. Now, plastic dusty. Let's apply it onto our sole. Oh, it already looks great, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's also apply our steel to all our belt buckles. Yep, just like that. Looks just awesome. Oh, and to our pins here that hold the belt buckles. Now, also for those belt pins, we need to add a Chrome Hearts logo. So again, I got it in my folder. Let's drag it into our assets, texture. Oh, let's add it to alpha actually. Project import. Into our height should just be like 0.3. Add a black mask, add fill, drag it into our grayscale. Okay, let's now move our logo to the pin mesh here and place it right on it. So something like this. Let's also rotate it so it's facing the right direction. Okay, let's decrease the height here. And maybe added some blur. I think it could look pretty nice. Let's add in our blur and give it just a little like this. Perfect. Just amazing. Let's decrease our height to like 0.1. And now add in all of the other ones. This right here. This right here. Just like that. Scale it up a bit too. Okay. This here. And the last one, which would be this one right here. Okay. Got out all the logos. On our pins, looks just great. Now, as for the sole, I honestly like how this dusted plastic looks. I think we don't even really need to make any changes to it. It looks great. It looks exactly how we want it. Maybe we should make the steel a bit brighter. Like so, yeah. I think that looks a bit better. Let's now add in our black stripe on this plastic. Create a new layer on the leaf base color. Get it like almost fully black. Add a black mask. Select to this UV chunk fill and click on this separate UV around. it should like it should only fill with like this small stripe here. If you've done everything right during the UV process, you should not have any issues right now. Now, also, of course, this paint cannot just be like this straight. It's gonna have some chipping and stuff. So let's add in this white mask. Let's go into smart masks and add in something like dust. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now let's invert it and go a bit. Let's decrease the contrast and decrease our value a bit. So now look at, oh, we also forgot about that part here. Like that, yeah. Maybe not this dust, maybe something else, like dirt dusty. Yeah, got it. Okay. Kind of messed up here a bit. Got it like this. Let's invert it. And increase our global balance a bit. And now look at that. Got this like cool chipping effect. Like chipping paint. Just looks great, I think. Definitely adds what we want. Okay, now let's work on this part. We'll also need these two logos, this one right here and this one. I completely forgot about them, but now we got them, so let's input them both in. Hit alpha. And also let's put the same plastic dusty material onto this patch right here. Add in another fill layer. I'll have it as black. Add black mask, fill, and our Converse logo right here. Repeat to none, because we again don't want it. Let's scale this logo down so it's nice and how it is supposed to be. Scaled up now. Move it up like so. Yeah, like this. Duplicate this one. Now put in our all-star logo. Stretch it out a bit. Move it down now. Just how it's supposed to be here. And move it like this. Okay, here we got it. Perfect. Now let's also move them into a folder and add some kind of a texture here to make like a wear-off effect. Yeah, like this. Increase the contrast. Mess with the sliders a bit like this. So it's worn out. Yeah, great. And for the last part here, let's also apply the same material on them. Let's go like this. Okay, perfect. And also, I don't know, this like these dirt edges. Maybe we should bring the opacity up a bit. Because like it's kind of way too much, I think. And now we should add finally some noise to it. But there is one thing we have forgot to do. So let's go into Blender real quick, select this mesh, select all of them by select link materials, go into the edit mode, deselect everything, select this mesh, and we actually need to straighten it out with UV squares. It's a free add-on, you can find it on GitHub with just a quick Google search. So let's snap it, and here we are. We got it perfectly, exactly how we need it. Could scale it down a bit so it fits onto our UV here, and we can also check it with the UV checker to see how that looks. Right, exactly how I want. That's insane, that's great. Let's select all of our meshes, export IPX. Again, export it as IPX. Here we can hit on edit, re-import mesh. It's gonna import the same FBX file, but with the changes we have just made, just as we did. And now we should also rebake the mesh maps. So go to baking, bake selected textures. Okay, now we're good. Let's again check if it's all good here. Select our plastic dusty, apply it on this mesh, it's all good. And now let's finally make our noise bumps here. First of all, let's add a height fill layer, crank the height up, add a black mask, go into our textures, and let's look for something. We need like a repeated pattern, like the one we have here. I think this one could work for this part. So let's see. Add in a fill and plug it into the grayscale. Scale it down like this. Scale it down. Okay, now it's not exactly as we want, but we can of course change it. First of all, by inverting the height. Let's now add a filter, which would be blur. Nice, like this. Perfect. And let's also... Nah, we cannot do that. Yeah, let's just add in this fill layer. Where is it? Okay, got this blur here. Looks great. Maybe let's scale it up a bit. I think it's way too small right now. Like somewhere like that, yeah. That seems nice. Let's maybe blur it a bit more. Add levels. Mess with the levels a bit to get it just how we want it to be, which is more like that. Yeah, more like this. That's nice. Let's get it all into a new folder. Add a black mask, and let's see. Gotta have it somewhere like this, right? Nah. From here to out. Right here. Yeah. That's pretty good. Maybe remove this. Nah. Gotta remove it here. this bottom face. Yeah, look great. Now I'm pretty sure this is the exact same one, but just smaller. So like the exact same pattern, but it's just small down. Maybe stretch it down a bit. Okay, great, we got it. Let's add in a blur, like 0.02, 0.05, 0.08, yeah, no, 0.65. Okay, that seems nice. Add it into another folder. Now this needs to be on those bottom faces. So let's... nah, from the bottom. Okay, yeah. Like this. And this top, I'm pretty sure it's like stripes going up. So let's create a new layer. Let's also mess with the height on those two. Make it maybe a bit less contrasted. Yep, like this. Make height here go actually positive. Let's crank it up a bit. Add a black mask, add a fill. Type in stripe. Stripes here, yep. Scale it down. Like that. Yes, this is... hold on. Let's move it a bit now, just like that. It's nice. Okay, great. Now let's add in a new folder, put it in there, add a black mask, and mask out those top faces. Awesome. Bring our height a bit down. Just like that, great. Oh, and actually forgot to add our steel in this part. Our object like this. And I also thought that right by those holes, yeah, it's like another texture. So let's add this too. As our, I'm pretty sure, final step. Yep, like that, just a white fill layer. And let's go into our brush, select basic soft, and just paint it like this. Okay, and let's also make this white strip that goes all around the sole here. Let's start by creating a fill layer, selecting only color. We should make it black. Yeah, like this. Add black mask. Let's select our basic hard brush. Let's actually use what's it called? a paint along path tool for this. So let's start by making the size like 1. No, definitely not 1. Or, oh wait, it wasn't selected. Yeah, 1. Seems good. Maybe 2. Maybe even like 2.7. Yeah, that's nice. Let's now start going around our soul here. Just kinda now getting all of the little crevices. Getting all the little parts. Like that. And it doesn't have to be like exactly perfect, because it's still a pretty old shoe, so of course some paint may be faded away, some kind of chipped away. So yeah, don't try to make it like exactly perfect. Okay, like that. Looks great. Let's maybe paint some of those parts manually, or just adjust the curve here in those parts. Like in this place, and this place. Okay. This part here may look a bit funny, but whatever. Let's change it. Let's also remove this mask. Let's add it into a folder. Oh no, we don't need to add it into a folder. Let's just deselect this object, this front plate here, so we don't have it painted. Or maybe we should have it painted. It looks kind of cool. Yeah, let's leave it painted. I think it's actually how it is like in the original model. So yeah, I think that's about it. Okay guys, so that's gonna be it for this sneaker texturing process. Let me know in the comments if you found it useful, if I should make more commentary tutorials like this one. I really hope you liked the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.